Hello and welcome to my channel, Mary Bourne ND, Gardening with Granny. Well, welcome to the July Sip and Chat. As usual, my sip is water. So let's talk about what's been happening so far in July. Last video, I showed you us picking up peaches from the peach truck, and we freeze-dried some. And I made this marvelous syrupy marmalade that I can put in yogurt, which was my intent. I love marmalade. I was hoping for it to be just a little bit thicker, but I don't know what happened. Followed the recipe. I didn't really have a recipe for peach orange marmalade, but I did have a recipe for orange marmalade. And I messed up somehow, but it is amazing in yogurt, and that was my intent in the first place. My husband is not a marmalade person, so this is all for me. I also made a peach blueberry pie with it, and that was yummy. That was one that he favored. The garden is booming. After the sip and chat, I will uh, put in a clip about the garden, and that's how I'll end the video. I hope all of you had a wonderful 4th of July. I think the last video was posted on the 3rd, and in our area, everybody has fireworks. We have fireworks going from 9 o'clock until midnight, sometimes even beyond. So it's noisy. Saturday was uneventful. I went to the market. I picked up a couple of pots of plants, and I finished planting underneath the grapes. And then something happened with my knee, and it got worse and worse. And by Saturday night, I could hardly stand on it. So luckily, I have a live-in chiropractor. My husband is retired, and he's been helping me with it. Um, it is getting better, but there's no way I can go out and weed or plant or anything. I did do some videos of us doing some maintenance work. My son was over on Saturday and when I was still feeling good, and helped me with the juniper and the variegated willow. But somehow, like I said, it got continuously worse. I pinned it down to, I have a slide, I don't know what to call it, sort of like a rocker glider, and it has a footstool attached to it. And even though my husband has raised one end, my legs are still straight. And I think that aggravated the knee. There's probably some other thing that I messed up by bending over and pulling weeds and planting because I can't get up and down from my knees anymore. Getting old is not for the weak of heart, let me tell you. So anyway, I am on the mend and I will have more videos. Some of them are already produced but not edited, so I will send those probably Wednesday. I'll be able to get to those. Um, I'm back to doing my little rolling cart type of thing. Like last year that was the only way I could garden. I I couldn't hoe, I couldn't weed, I couldn't do anything except I could roll out to the garden and pick beans. So I am much better than I was last year, but unfortunately, I'm back to using that same little cart. Um, and I'm sure it's on its way out. I feel stronger every single day. And thanks to my husband and ice and some NSAIDs and anti-inflammatories and all the other things that I do, massage. It is getting better, and I'm very, very grateful for that because I do love my gardening. As far as the teeth go, in August, I will be going back to the periodontist and they will be um, fitting me for the new implants, which will be the permanent ones. These are just plastic and they're just so I can smile. They're basically non-functional. I can't chew anything on, I can't bite into anything, so everything has to be cut up into small pieces. So hopefully I'll be on the mend to that. They say by Thanksgiving I'll be eating turkey, so I'm glad for that. So I'm so grateful to all of you for liking and watching my videos. I appreciate all of you, and I'm grateful for those who are praying for me. And if you want a prayer request, just put in the comment. I will certainly pray for you and what it is that you're going through, that it is quick and you're back to health again. I love doing these videos. They're certainly way different than when I was doing live classes and presentations with PowerPoint. And so it's been interesting 10 years, 5 of which have been very difficult. But after you experience difficulty, there's also appreciation for those things that you were taking for granted. I'm especially grateful for my husband and all the help he's been giving me, and the fact that we work as a team to do a lot of things. I'm grateful for my 2 wonderful sons and my grandchildren and the joy they bring me. So I hope you find some gratitude in your life, some joy, and if it's around gardening, and if perhaps I've given you a little bit of joy, I'm so grateful. So I will end this video with the little garden tour. It isn't a big one that I'm hoping to do later on this week. So thanks again. This is Mary for the health of it. Basically, that's the name of my uh, company, and Gardening with Granny. Good morning and welcome to my garden and my channel, Mary Bourne ND, Gardening with Granny. It is early July and we're checking out the gardens and what we've accomplished so far. Black lace elderberry still in bloom. But there's some berries forming. That's right, another elderberry. Hostas are in bloom. Most people don't grow them for their blooms, but basically for their structure and how they're long staying. Although when they're in the sun, like the ones further up, they don't like it so much. Onions are coming in. Got red, white, and yellow. They're bulbing up nicely. Cucumbers are in full bloom. Got a tomato tucked in there. Ah, looks like a little cucumber forming there. Yesterday we picked 2 large heads of broccoli and a little one. So I'm going to leave the cover off now because unfortunately it's encouraging earwigs. These tomatoes are doing really good. These are the indeterminate, so they will definitely fill in that arch with no problem. In this bed, peppers are coming along. Yesterday I came along and trimmed a couple of them and left a couple of them, and we're going to see which ones give us more peppers or bigger peppers. Also did a harvest of green beans. That's kind of a daily project when green bean season comes in. It's like you can go in the morning and pick, and in the afternoon there's more. Calendula, looking pretty. Dill, blooming. Gotta cut that before it seeds, or we'll have dill everywhere. Got celery. This is another section of green beans. It's a different variety. More tomatoes. These are determinate. The rest of them I have are indeterminate. Squash are looking great. Been checking every day, making sure we don't have anything on it. And then I've been spraying that Captain Jack's dead bug just to make sure we don't have any critters growing in there. These are the potatoes, and they have finished blooming. But usually it isn't until the end of July that you take out. Discover what's inside. More tomatoes. These are indeterminates. Hyacinth bean is doing its Jack and the Beanstalk thing, coming up that trellis. The other side is just coming along. But at least it's growing. And then my little cherry tomatoes. This squash is a winter squash. Spaghetti squash is what it is. Trailing along. Gonna head over there toward the potatoes.